Dear learner, welcome you all on the course Power Generation Technology. Dear learner, today we are going to discuss on the topic that is wind energy power generation. Before the beginning of this lecture, let us recall about the previous lecture. In the last lecture, we have already discussed on the solar power plant, in which we covered introduction about solar energy and its basics. Then we have already discussed types of power generation through solar energy, working and construction details of solar thermal and solar photovoltaic power generation. Then we have also discussed the difference between solar power plant and solar thermal power plant. Dear learner, now in this lecture we will cover the following topic, like we will discuss process of the wind creation, then we will discuss wind formation. After that we will also discuss wind turbine and what are the site selection criteria for the wind energy conversion system, a wind turbine and its component, and we will understand the working of the wind turbine, and we will also try to understand the type of the setup for the wind generation system, power available in the wind, onshore and offshore wind, what are the advantages and limitation of the wind power, and after that we will also discuss the future of the wind energy. So as you know, wind is a form of solar energy caused by a combination of the three concurrent events. First one is the sun is unevenly heating the atmosphere. Second is irregularities of the earth surface, and third one is the rotation of the earth. The term wind energy and the wind power both describe the process by which the wind is used to generate mechanical power, or you can say electricity. This mechanical power can be used for specific tasks such as grinding grain or pumping water, or a generator can convert this mechanical energy into electrical energy. Wind turbine work on simple principle. Instead of using electricity to make wind like a fan, wind turbine use wind to make electricity. Wind turns the propeller like blades of a turbine around a rotor, which spins a generator which creates electricity. Wind turbines are mounted on a tower to capture the most energy. 100 feet, or you can say around 30 meter or more above the ground, they can take advantage of faster and less turbulent wind. Wind turbine will operate between 7 miles per hour, or you can say 11 km per hour at 56 miles per hour, or you can say 90 km per hour. The efficiency is usually maximized at about 18 miles per hour, which is equivalent to 29 km per hour, and they will reach their maximum output, that is 27 mile per hour, or you can say 43 km per hour. Now we will understand the process of the wind creation. Wind is caused by the difference in the atmosphere pressure. When difference in atmospheric pressure exists, air moves from the higher to the lower pressure area, resulting in winds of various speeds. Two major driving forces of a wind pattern are the differential heating between the equator and the poles, that is difference in the absorption of the solar energy, and the rotation of the planet. Each second the sun releases an enormous amount of radiant energy into the solar system. Some of it reaches the earth and strikes the equator directly, giving it most radiation diffuse along the northern and southern hemisphere. The poles receive the lowest amount of radiation. The radiation from the sun heats the earth's surface. Heating process creates temperature difference between the land, water, air due to the different physical properties, that is density. Under density we just try to understand. So what happens? The hot air rises, it expands, becomes less dense, and it is then replaced by the denser, cooler air. Heated air rises from the equator and it moves north and south in the upper level of the atmosphere and circulates above cooler air. Wind is formed due to the phenomena called Coriolis effect, the tendency for any moving body or above the earth's surface to drift sideways from the course because of earth's rotation. Here you can see the wind formation, heat from the earth raises, then it flow in the air, then air condense, then it circulates above the you can say above the sea, and then again it form one cycle, as you can see in this particular diagram. Now let us discuss about the Coriolis effect. So what is Coriolis effect in the simple term? Because the earth rotates on its axis, circulating air is deflected toward the right in the northern hemisphere and toward the left in the southern hemisphere. This deflection is called the Coriolis effect. Now we will understand power in the wind. Power in the wind refers to the energy harnessed from the kinetic energy of moving air masses, which is converted into electricity through the use of wind energy conversion system such as wind turbine. Wind power is form of renewable energy that has gained significant traction in the recent year as a clean and sustainable alternative to conventional energy sources. The power in the wind can be calculated using the following formula. Here you can see that power of the wind P is equal to 1 upon 2 rho A V Q C suffix P, where this P is the power in the wind, which is generally measured in the watt, and this rho is the air density, it is measured in the kilogram per cubic meter. A is the area swept by the turbine blade in square meter, and V is the wind speed, generally it is measured in meter per second. And this Cp is the coefficient of the performance representing the efficiency of the wind turbine in extracting power from the wind. The power in the wind is directly proportional to the cube of the wind speed, indicating that even a small increase in the wind speed can result in a significant rise in the available wind power. Therefore, locating wind turbine in areas with consistent and strong wind pattern is crucial for the maximizing power generation. Efficient wind turbine through the rotor blade capture the kinetic energy of the wind and convert it into mechanical energy, which is then transformed into electrical energy through a generator. The electricity can be used to power home, business, and even entire communities, contributing to a more sustainable and environmentally friendly energy production system. Our technology in the field of wind energy continues to advance. Efforts are being made to increase the efficiency of the wind turbine, optimize their placement and suitable wind site, and integrate them more effectively into existing power grid, thereby further maximizing the power harnessed from the wind. Now we will understand what is a wind turbine. So, rotating machine that can be used to generate electricity from the kinetic power of the wind, you can say it is a function of the wind turbine. Unlike aircraft propeller, turn in the moving air, power the electric generator, supply electrical current. So if we talk about the fan, what happens in the fan? In the fan we give the electricity, and after the conversion we get the wind. But in case of the wind turbine, what happens? The wind is work as an input, and by the conversion of the wind it generate the electricity. Wind rotate the turbine blades, it spin the shaft connected to a generator. The spinning of the shaft in the generator makes electricity. Efficiency depends on the number of blades in the windmill. Basically here you can see, as the number of blades are less, the efficiency of the wind turbine will be more. Let us discuss about type of wind turbine. There are several types of wind turbine, each with its own design and application. The main type of wind turbine include horizontal axis wind turbine. On wind turbine, there are most common type of wind turbine. The rotor is positioned upwind of the tower facing into the wind. The housing for the generator and the other component is typically placed at the front of the tower. If we talk about the downwind turbine, in downwind turbine, the rotor is positioned downwind of the tower. The design has some advantage such as simplicity and the potential to reduce the risk of turbulence created by the tower. Now we will discuss the vertical axis wind turbine. The vertical axis wind turbine have their rotor shaft oriented vertically. They come in the different configuration including the Darius and the Savonius design. Now we will discuss the Darius wind turbine. These are characterized by the curved blade, the resulted an egg beater. They are often used in the smaller scale application. Now we will understand the Savonius wind turbine. Savonius wind turbine have a simple S-shaped design and are often used for low power application or in location with inconsistent wind pattern. Here you can see the type of wind turbine, the vertical axis wind turbine and horizontal axis wind turbine. Now we will understand what is the difference between this vertical axis and the horizontal axis wind turbine. If we talk about the vertical axis wind turbine, the rotating axis of the wind turbine is vertical or perpendicular to the ground. If we talk about the horizontal axis turbine, the rotating axis of the wind turbine is horizontal or parallel to the ground. In case of the vertical axis wind turbine, it is primarily used in small wind project and residential application, and horizontal axis wind turbine primarily used in big wind application able to produce more electricity from given amount of wind. In case of vertical axis wind turbine, the powered by the wind coming from all 360 degree and no yaw mechanism are used. In case of horizontal axis, the disadvantage of this horizontal axis turbine is however is that it is generally heavier and it does not produce well in the turbulent wind. In case of vertical axis, it is ideal for the installation where the wind conditions are not consistent or due to the public ordinance the turbine cannot be placed high enough to benefit from steady wind. The other type of wind turbine are like hybrid wind turbine. So now we will understand this. What is a hybrid wind turbine? This turbine combine element of both horizontal axis and vertical axis design. They aim to take advantage to the benefit of both type and improve its efficiency. Now we will see what is a offshore wind turbine. Offshore wind turbine are typically horizontal axis turbine designed for use in marine environment. They are often larger and more powerful than their onshore counterpart. The key difference is that they are installed in bodies of water such as ocean and lakes. Now we will understand what is floating wind turbine. The floating wind turbine are subset of offshore wind turbine designed to be installed on floating platform, which allows for the deeper water deployment. These are still under development but have the potential to open up new offshore wind resources. Now we will see what is a small scale and micro wind turbine. These are designed for the residential, commercial or remote off-grid application. They are typically smaller in size and generate less power compared to utility scale turbine. Now we will understand what is a distributed wind turbine. Distributed wind turbine are designed for on-site power generation or near the point of use. They can be found on farms, industrial facilities and remote location, providing power for the localized need. Now we have to understand what is concentrated wind turbine. The concentrated wind turbine are mirror or lenses to focus wind onto a smaller turbine, thereby increasing the wind speed and power generation efficiency. Each type of wind turbine has its advantages and disadvantages, making them suitable for different application and environment. The choice of turbine type depends on the factor such as available wind resources, the purpose of the installation, and the budget constraint. Now let us see the actual diagram of horizontal and vertical axis wind turbine. Here you can see the actual diagram of the horizontal axis wind turbine. In this figure, we can clearly see that the rotation axis of the wind turbine is vertical or perpendicular to the ground in all the vertical axis wind turbine. And in case of horizontal axis wind turbine, the rotating axis of wind turbine is horizontal or parallel to the ground. Here you can see the comparison of the horizontal wind axis turbine and vertical axis wind turbine. So in the first column there are different factors are defined, and here the difference is given in the table 1 and 2. Just you need to focus and just try to understand what is the difference between this horizontal axis wind turbine and vertical axis wind turbine. Now let us study about the site selection for the wind energy conversion system. When selecting site for a wind energy conversion system, various factors need to be taken into account to ensure optimal energy generation and operational efficiency. These considerations are crucial for the maximizing the benefits of wind energy and minimizing the potential risk. Some key factors to consider when selecting site for wind energy conversion system include: first one is wind resource assessment. So conducting a thorough assessment of the wind resource is essential. Analyze horizontal wind area data, wind speed, wind direction, and the turbulence level at the proposed site to determine the energy production potential of the area. Second factor is terrain and topography. The topography of the site significantly affect the wind pattern. Generally, location with unobstructed, elevated and open terrains are more favorable for the wind energy project. Avoid area with significant obstacles that may cause turbulence and reduce wind speed, such as hills, buildings or trees. Next factor is environmental impact assessment. Under this, what you have to do, just evaluate the potential environment impact of the wind energy conversion system installation, including its effect on the local wildlife, habitat and the ecosystem. Consider the potential risk to the bird and at bat population and assess any necessary mitigation measures. Next factor is accessibility and the infrastructure. Ensure that site is easily accessible for the construction, maintenance and operation activities. Consider the availability of the roads, transmission line and other necessary infrastructure to support installation and connectivity to the power grid. Land use and zoning regulation. Under this, just you need to check local land use regulators and zoning ordinance to ensure that proposed site is suitable for wind energy conversion system. Compliance with the zoning restrictions and land use policy is essential to avoid legal complications and community opposition. Another factor is social acceptance and the community engagement. Engage with the local community and stakeholder to understand their concern and gain their support. Address any potential social or cultural impact of the project and involve the community in the decision-making process to foster acceptance and support for the wind energy conversion system. Next factor is grid connection and capacity. Evaluate the capacity and compatibility of the existing power grid to accommodate the electricity generated by the wind energy conversion system. Assess the feasibility of the connecting the wind energy conversion system to the grid without significant technical challenges or the grid constraint. Next factor is micro-siting constraint. So optimize the placement of the individual wind turbine within the site to maximize energy production. Consider factors such as wake effect, turbulence, and spacing between the turbine to minimize energy losses and ensure efficient operation. Another factor is maintenance and operational consideration. Assess the availability of the skilled labor, maintenance infrastructure, and spare part for the efficient operation and upkeep of wind energy conversion system over its lifespan. Factor in the cost and the feasibility of the regular maintenance and repair. Another factor we can consider here, that is economical viability and the incentive. Evaluate the economic feasibility of the project considering the factors such as initial investment cost, potential return, and the available government incentive or the subsidies for the renewable energy project. So by considering the crucial factor during the site selection process, developers can make informed decisions that lead to the successful implementation of a wind energy conversion system. Now we will understand the principle of the wind turbine. The energy in the wind turns 2 or 3 blades around a rotor. The rotor is connected to the main shaft, which spins a generator to create electricity. Wind turbine convert kinetic energy in the wind into the mechanical power. Here you can see the different component of the wind turbine. Just you need to focus here what are the different component. The following component are used in the wind turbine. First one is a rotor. What is a rotor? The blade and the hub together are called the rotor. Second one is the pitch. Blades are turned or pitched out of the wind to control the rotor speed and keep the rotor from turning in wind that are too high or too low. Next is nacelle. The nacelle side the lower and the contains the gearbox, low and high speed shaft, generator, controller, and brake. Some nacelles are the large enough for helicopter to land on it. Another is blade. The most turbine have either 2 or 3 blades. Wind blowing over the blade causes the blade to lift and rotate. Another component is a brake. A disc brake which can be applied mechanically, electrically, or hydraulically to stop the rotor in emergency. Another component is a gearbox. Gear connect the low speed shaft to the high speed shaft that increase rotational speed from about 30 to 60 rotation per minute to about 1000 to 1800 rpm. The rotational speed required by the most generator to produce electricity. The gearbox is a costly part of the wind turbine, and the engines are exploring direct drive generate that operate at lower rotational speed and don't need gearboxes. Another component is a generator. Generator usually an off-the-cell induction generator that produce 50 cycle AC electricity. Next is high speed shaft. The function of this high speed shaft which drives the generator. Next component is low speed shaft. The rotor turns the low speed shaft 30 to 60 rotation per minute. Next component is a controller. The controller start up the machine wind speed of about 8 to 16 miles per hour and shuts off the machine at about 55 miles per hour turbines do not operate at wind speed above about 50 miles per hour because they might be damaged by the high wind. Another component is an anemometer. The function of anemometer, it measures the wind speed and transmit wind speed data to the controller. Next component is a tower. The tower are made from the tubular steel, concrete or steel lattice. Because wind speed increase with height, taller tower enable turbine to capture more energy and generate more electricity. Then wind direction. This is a upwind turbine, so called because it operates facing into the wind. Other turbines are designed to run downwind, facing away from the wind. Then we will see the next component, that is a wind vane. Measure wind direction and communicates with the yaw drive to orient the turbine properly with respect to the wind. Another component is yaw drive. The unwind turbine face into the wind. The yaw drive is used to keep the rotor facing into the wind as the wind direction change. Downwind turbine don't require a yaw drive. The wind power blows the rotor downwind. Next is a yaw motor. The function of yaw motor, it powers the yaw drive. Now we will understand the working of wind turbine. Wind blows toward the turbine rotor blade. The rotor spin and around, capturing some of the kinetic energy from the wind, and the turbine, the central drive shaft, the support them. In most large modern turbine, the rotor blades can swivel on the hub at the front, so they meet the wind at the best angle, or you can say pitch, for harvesting energy. This is called the pitch control mechanism. Inside a nacelle, the gearbox converts the low speed rotation of the drive shaft into high speed rotation fast enough to drive the generator efficiency. The entire top part of the turbine can be rotated by the yaw motor mounted between the nacelle and the tower, so it faces directly to the oncoming wind and capture the maximum amount of energy. If it is too windy or turbulent, brakes are applied to stop the rotor from turning. The electric current produced by the generator flows through the cable running down through the inside of the turbine tower. A step-up transformer converts electricity to about 50 times higher voltage, so it can be transmitted efficiency to power grid. If electricity is flowing to a grid, it converted to an even higher voltage, nearly 130,000 volt, by a substation nearby, which services many turbines. Homes enjoy clean, green energy. The turbine has produced no greenhouse gases emission or pollution as it operates. Here you can understand the working of the wind turbine. Now we will see what are the advantages of the wind power. Wind power as a form of renewable energy offers numerous advantages that contribute to its growing importance in the global energy landscape. Some key advantages of the wind power include: first one is it's renewable and sustainable. Wind power is derived from a natural and inexhaustible sources. The wind, it does not deplete natural resources and helps reduce the dependence on the finite fossil fuels, making it sustainable energy option. Second advantage is it is environmentally friendly. Wind power generation produce no greenhouse gas emission or air pollutants, contributing to cleaner air and a reduction in the carbon footprint. It helps combat climate and change and supports efforts to mitigate global warming. Next advantage is low operating cost. Once installed, wind turbines have relatively low operating cost compared to traditional power plant. They require minimum ongoing maintenance and have no fuel cost, making wind power an economically attractive option over the long term. Next advantage is job creation and economic benefits. The wind energy sector creates jobs in the manufacturing, construction and maintenance, contributing to local and regional economic development. It fosters a skilled workforce and stimulates economic activity in rural areas where wind farms are often located. Another advantage is scalability and flexibility. Wind power project can range from small individual turbine to large scale wind farms, making them adaptable to various energy needs. They can be integrated into existing power system or deployed as standalone installation, providing flexibility in energy planning and implementation. Another application is diverse application. Wind power can be harnessed for various purposes, including electricity generation, water pumping, powering remote location. It makes it suitable for diverse geographic and climate condition. Another advantage is public health benefit. By reducing reliance on fossil fuels, wind power help improve public health by minimizing air pollution and related health risk. This leads to lower health care cost and healthier population overall. Then we can say it is a technological advancement. Ongoing research and development in wind energy technology continues to improve turbine efficiency, durability and cost effectiveness. The advances in the material and the design are making wind power more competitive and reliable. Then community engagement. Wind power projects often involve community engagement and local partnership, fostering public participation and support for the renewable energy initiative. Community-owned wind farms can offer financial benefit and foster a sense of local ownership and pride. Overall, the advantage of wind power make it a key component in the transition to a more sustainable and environmentally responsible energy mix, helping to meet growing energy demand while minimizing the negative impact of conventional energy sources. So dear learner, today we have discussed the basic of the wind energy, then we have discussed wind turbine working principle, what are the different type of wind turbine, and then we have also discussed wind turbine power generation and its component, and we have also discussed advantages of the wind power. Dear learner, in the next lecture we will discuss about the biomass and the biogas power plant. Thank you very much.